I'm Rhiannon Faith, and I'm here to tell you a story. So, not that long ago, I was visiting family, and while I was there, I was chatting with my sister about how much I dislike going to the mall. And we've had this conversation a few times before. And she was telling me the same. Like, she hated going to the mall. A lot of her girlfriends, when she was in junior high and high school, wanted to go to the mall and walk around. And it was definitely a thing to do. Like, I remember even going back to like late elementary school, people would like, oh, do you want to go to the mall? And so like you'd go to the mall and you'd walk around. And I hated it. I hated it. And it didn't dawn on me until more recently why I hated it so much. Now, it wasn't because the mall isn't fabulous and you can't like window shop and aren't things so much fun, but like going to the mall when you're poor is the worst. Because when you have money, you could go through the mall and you could walk all of the stores and leave with nothing and be completely contented because you don't need anything, you don't want anything, nothing is really worth you giving over your money, your hard-earned money, right? But when you're a child, a teenager, or whatever, and you have no money, so every answer is no out the gate, it's super hard to go through that space and be like, this is great and super satisfying. I love window shopping. You don't. I didn't. I did not like it at all. It was hard to be there because it like brought up the conversations of what I couldn't buy and could buy and like, which was nothing there at all. And so I like built this sort of barrier around it, like disliking it as probably a defense mechanism to prevent me from being in a situation of wanting things I couldn't have. It's like, what was the point? There's no reason for me to walk around a mall and looking at all of these things that I'm never going to get because I don't have the money for them. And I'm not going to put that pressure on my parents because they don't have the money for them. So better to just not put myself in that situation. And so I was talking to her about it, and she dawns on her the same, like, yeah, I hated it. One of her friends would always have like plenty of cash. So, you know, like you could go and get like a pretzel and then you could go and get an Orange Julius and like no big deal. And for us, like the limited times we would have any financial resources to be at the mall, it was like Taco Bell if we're lucky and we're hoping that they're on sale, like 29-cent tacos or burritos or 59-cent, whatever. Like you're going to use pocket change to get something to eat because that's the extent of what money you have available to you, or from a babysitting job you had done the night before. Anyways, like we didn't realize how much we had just like built in a dislike for that. And even now I have the money to go to the mall and buy things. I had to go there for my son. He wanted a pair of shoes. And I was like, oh, the mall. But like, okay, I survived it, you know, and I didn't like break out in hives or whatever. And I spent the money I had to spend and I got the shoes. But what were your thoughts on the mall as a kid or even now? Tell me in the comments and come back again. I'll tell you another story. Thanks.